Well, those of you who follow this platform, Fin24, would not have been surprised to hear Zwelinzima Vavi say he was going to continue fighting and that he's not dismissed until a National Congress dismisses him, and the same applies to the National Union of Metal Workers, NUMSA. Only a National Congress, democratically, can make that decision in any sense final. It can be ratified there or it can be overturned. That's just the latest. But what was very interesting was to hear Gwedi Mantashe, the Secretary General of the ANC and a former General Secretary of the National Union of Mine Workers, describing the sacking by the executive of Zwelinzima Vavi as reckless. I think I agree entirely, but it's just one episode in what is effectively a 30-year war. And there are no heroes or villains, angels and saints and devils in this thing. It's quite a messy business, as all politics is. The opening shots in this war were actually fired when COSATU was formed in 1985. And it was initially opposed. I don't know how many of you remember or even know that it was opposed. COSATU was opposed by both the ANC and the South African Communist Party, the SACP. Now, the reason they opposed it was because the ANC claimed to be the true representatives of the South African people, the SACP, the true vanguard party of the workers, and the self-exiled but SACP-controlled South African Congress of Trade Unions claimed to be the true representative of the workers in South Africa. So the formation of COSATU, also in which there were very strong voices calling for a workers' party and which were very hostile actually to the position of the South African Communist Party, was a direct challenge. But no workers' party emerged, and by 1987, in the battle getting more intense for the overthrow of apartheid, SACTU dissolved itself, and the ANC effectively became the only game in town, the dominant element. Arguments continued, especially the argument that if and when the ANC becomes the government, and therefore the biggest employer in the land, should not the trade union movement step aside, because they can't be in bed with the biggest employer. That's the basis, the political basis of this. It was raised in 1993 by NUMSA and overturned by a majority verdict at the, majority vote rather than verdict, at the 1993 Congress. This is the background. Now, it's a background that I think I shall concentrate on and try to give more detail in my Inside Labour column, which you can read on this platform tomorrow, and on page 2 of the business section of City Press on Sunday. What I have to what I have to actually mention here is no celebration. There's nothing to celebrate in what has happened here. This is something that should concern everyone, particularly workers. It is workers who are going to suffer most, but so will everybody else, and the economy will suffer as well. So there's a lot to think about, a lot to get your heads around, a lot to comment about. And as per usual, you may comment at editor@fin24.com. You have the address, editor@fin24.com. Look forward to hearing from you. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.